welcome to another episode of Dirty Dell Dats podcast, baby. I'm excited. It's finally draft week. Woohoo! I can't wait, y'all. And it's like, this is one of my favorite times of this year is just talking about the draft, just expecting, well, maybe not expecting, because, you know, every time we expect something from the Saints, it usually goes the opposite, but usually in a good way, but sometimes in a bad way. But regardless, I'm excited to talk about the draft because it's finally draft week, and really excited to see who we get, regardless of who. And regardless of who we get, I'm gonna be grateful for it, even if it's not the sexiest pick, because the Saints haven't been hitting on their picks lately. But we're not gonna talk about that right this minute. All together, we're talking about some football. We're talking about the future of the Saints here coming up, and I'm excited about it. So I took some time to I made a tweet on Twitter X. I posted my original mock draft on there, getting people's opinions about it. It got a lot of praise. It also drew some attention to some haters, but it also drew some attention to people who posted their own mock drafts. And while I scanned through all of them, I didn't. I'm trying to make this video short, so I'm not gonna go through all of them. But some of them I would like. Some of them I would give high praise, and some of them not so much. And I'm actually gonna tag them in this video once I post it to Twitter. So with that being said, I went through some of these other mock drafts that were posted underneath my tweet, and while some of them were good, some of them not so much. So, for example, my boy Logan Garcia, also known as the Soul Man 57, posted this mock draft, and I'm gonna give this one a B+ because I like how he took the time to address the tight end situation, the quarterback situation, and on top of that, the O-line and the D-line situation. This spoke out to me. Now, player-wise, I'm going to be frankly honest with you. I haven't seen every single player perform, so I don't know off the top of my head if any of these guys are really good. I'm basing this off as a draft grade altogether, and based off their position. So, now, if there's a player I do recognize, then I'm going to make a comment about it, like Shedeur Sanders, for example. As I mentioned before, solid pick. I like it. Do I think he's worth a 9th-round pick? To me, no. I think he's more like a 2nd-round pick because I really emphasize deeply that we need a running back or receiver or, hell, even another tackle at pick 9. I don't see a reason why we should pick a quarterback at 9. Now, I know I've been preaching about picking a quarterback at 9 lately, but that's all speculation. I don't think the Saints will actually do that. So I'm thinking what the Saints would actually be thinking. Do they want a quarterback at 9? They probably thinking no. So that's why I don't see this as a realistic pick there. So, but anyway, but the pick at 40, if my boy here would actually flip-flop those picks, have Shedeur Sanders at pick 40 and then maybe Mason Taylor at 40, although I wouldn't pick Mason Taylor. No disrespect to Mason Taylor. I know he was really good at LSU, but I don't see him as a pick 9 kind of guy. If we're talking pick 9, give me that Tyler Warren guy from Penn State. That's a pick 9 there. So, but we're talking about this mock draft. Overall, B+, I like it. Few comments, can't complain. So, this next one I was looking at, similar. This guy picked Shedeur Sanders at pick 9, and I've already mentioned my comments, so I'm not going to repeat myself. But he picked a few guys I'm not too familiar with. But what I do like about this one, it addresses the receiver, it addresses the D-line, and the O-line, and it includes a running back who I'm actually pretty familiar with, Cameron Scatterbo, and that guy was actually Arizona State's best running back in school history. The only reason why I know that because I stumbled across watching a game, and he was doing a post-interview, and it showed that he was breaking school records left and right. And I was like, whoa, all right. and he looks pretty good too. So it's like, okay, I like this one. So this one, I just realized I forgot to give Logan a draft grade. Wait, actually, I think I did. If I didn't, I gave him a B plus. For this fella, I'm giving him a. I'm gonna give him a B, just a solid B, because I like where he was going with. I don't know how well some of these players are, but that's for us to determine later down the road if it happens. So we're gonna go on to the next guy. So I gave this guy a B. This guy I'm giving. Let's see here. Based off his draft here, I'm gonna give him a C plus. And the reason why I put him a little lower, once again, this guy picked Shedeur Sanders at 9, and et cetera, et cetera. But I don't like that he did back-to-back players from the same school. And I'm looking at pick 71 and 93. 93 I'm less keen on, but 71 I could see where he was going with the vision. Because I know Texas had a really good defense. I'm sure he was one of those really good defensive players. Not sure off the top of my head because I didn't watch Texas all the time. But overall, I like this ain't so bad. The only thing I'm not keen on is towards the end of his draft list. He picked 3 guys that don't stick out to me very well. And also, a running back I'm not keen on whatsoever. So, yeah, I give this one a C+. I like the safety at 131. I know he was pretty solid with Alabama. But, yeah, overall, this one, not my style. Not so much. This one was terrible. This one stunk. I'm sorry, my brother. I don't mean to call you out like that. I just didn't. I don't like how you drafted this way. What exactly was your thought process here? Because, picking a safety at pick 1 and we traded down for. No, just no. I don't like that. And then getting an edge tackle, I was okay with. This linebacker from UCLA, I'm not even going to bother pronouncing his name. So I'm not even going to bother pronouncing this dude's name. But just know, Kyle McCord is solid. It is solid because he was actually one of the better quarterbacks in the ACC last season. I'll give him that much. But everybody else, just no, and no. I don't like. Yeah, I give this one a D at the very minimum, a D. So, but then we got this fella here. This one I'm mixed feelings about, which is why I'm going to give him a C with this one because he didn't pick anybody at pick 40. Not sure why. I don't know if he traded up or traded down. I don't know what came first. All right, so I took another look at his this guy's picks, and I realized I completely missed 2 players that were not displayed. This is why you screenshot the entire thing before you do something like this. But anyway, so this guy had Ashton Gianti at pick 9. Love that pick. Absolutely love that pick. And then he picks a cornerback at 40, and then y'all can probably just read it for yourselves. I won't say it for y'all. So I will give this one a B plus because it addresses the running back early on, a cornerback that we definitely need, some defensive linemen that could or could not pan out. T.J. Sanders is solid. I'm not sure about Joshua Farmer. I'm not sure how he did. I know. Only reason I don't know how he did is because Florida State was just terrible last year. I hate to bring that to any Florida State fans, but yeah, your team stunk. So, but anyway, so and then he addresses the wide receivers, and then interior O line. Not sure. I don't think we nearly need another running back or that receiver from Colorado State. Not big on him, but everybody else very solid. I'll give you a B plus. Very good. So, but yeah. Anyway, with that being said, I think there's one more left in here. If I can get the scene to load. Here we go. So this last one I really liked. Almost gave it a C plus, but I'm gonna upgrade it to a B because we in this scenario, while even though there was a trade that is displayed here, it shows that the Saints received pick 11 and the Niners got the Saints pick 9 instead. With that being said, this guy chose T-Mac. I'm just abbreviating his name. That's because that name is really difficult to pronounce. But but I really like the receiver at pick 11. Cornerback, not so much. That could have been better. D-line, yeah, absolutely. So overall, I give this one. I'm gonna give this one like an A minus because I like the receiver at pick 11. And I also like the running backs, the guards. Some of those edges are they're debatable, but well, actually no, not debatable. I'm thinking of that linebacker from Georgia because I mean the grade says it's right there. So, but overall, I really like this. I would give this like an A minus in my opinion, because it addresses the receivers, the D line, and a few bits and pieces on both sides of the ball here and there. So, anyhow, now let's get on to the grand finale mock draft, and that is my own mock draft. Now, for another disclaimer, some people on Twitter accuse me of being a homer with this mock draft because I'm an Ole Miss fan, and I'll show you why in a minute. But I can assure you one thing: this was not done with biased intentions. So this was purely my own prediction on how this is going to go, and this is mock draft, so to speak. And this is going to probably be my main prediction for this draft coming up. So, with that being said, let's get into that. So, at pick 9, and this is where a lot of people are kind of debating this. At pick 9, we get Ashton Gianti. That's right. At pick 40, excuse me, you guessed it, Jackson Dart. At pick 71, Trey Harris. Oh yeah, we're feeling this. At pick 93, Cameron Williams, offensive tackle. I like this guy. He's actually one of their better offensive tackles. I'll get to it into it in a minute. At pick 112, Josiah Stewart. He's all right. He was what was available. I went with it. Pick 131, Chris Paul Jr., linebacker, Ole Miss. That's right. I got to throw him in there because let me tell you, he was really good. Very good. He actually could boost up the Saints linebacker core to the next level, I think, because he is a hard he's a hard player to take down. Well, not take down. We'll rephrase that. He is a beast on the field, and he will come after you. He will take that ball away. He will just make sure that he will bring opposing teams hell. Let's put it that way. But let me move on real quick. Pick 184, Dylan Fairchild, interior offensive lineman, Georgia. And then lastly, 248, Andrew Armstrong, wide receiver, Arkansas. So, now you see why it might look a little biased, because I chose 3 former Rebs in this mock draft. But let me explain why. I already briefly mentioned Chris Paul, who also goes by Pooh Paul. Don't ask. But Trey Harris and Jackson Dart together on the field still could sell millions. It would, oh my God. We all seen him on the field already once before with Ole Miss. I know for a fact these two guys been terrorizing SEC teams for the last 2-3 years now, and like they have established a beautiful connection, and I absolutely love this. And another thing is like you know how Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, they used to play together at LSU, and now they're still playing together at Cincinnati. That's kind of like this situation here. That's what I was banking on here with these picks. Now, will it actually happen? Fingers crossed. I don't know, but at the same time, this would be like a dream scenario here for the Saints. And about a majority of Twitter agrees with me too. Like, and a majority of everybody else agrees with me outside of Twitter. So, while this would be a dream scenario, there's always a good chance none of this will come true. So I'm realistic about that. But I would absolutely love if this would come true. Like, for example, like I don't know if we'll actually get Ashton Gianti because I'm hearing rumors that the Raiders might take him instead. But, you know, the Raiders could be stupid and decide to get, I don't know, a wide receiver or maybe another running back that they need that's not named Ashton Gianti. I don't know. I don't know what their thought process is. But getting someone like him would be so beneficial. Let me tell you that much. So that's why I'm really high on him, and that's why I'm really hopeful that he falls that far. And there's a reason why I personally didn't pick Shedeur Sanders over Jackson Dart, because I think Jackson Dart is the better quarterback in this scenario. Plus, I know for a fact neither quarterback, and I hate to say this about Jackson Dart, but it is kind of true, neither quarterback should be picked at the 9th pick at all. Like I said a few times in my previous episodes, where realistically we should get either a running back or a wide receiver. In my situation here, we got a running back, and then we got a receiver 2 picks later. Like, this would be a dream scenario because you couldn't ask for a better draft class. Like, not only did I address the running backs question, I also addressed the quarterback, the wide receiver, the offensive line. I picked a few defensive players as well. Maybe not as many as some of these other people who made their mock drafts, but still, I think this would be a perfect scenario. And plus, we got an underrated receiver in Andrew Armstrong. I know that kid's talented. I've seen him play at Arkansas so many times, and he's a beast out there. And he was really good with Arkansas. Why is he ranked this low? I don't know. But maybe scouts see something that I don't see. But he would be a steal, in my opinion. And he's coming into a brand new offense that the Saints are going to run. He could thrive with us. Same with Trey Harris. Like, can you imagine Trey Harris and Andrew Armstrong together? Whew, that would feed millions. But we'll see what happens, what really happens come draft night. So, yeah. So, what are your other thoughts about the mock drafts and everything? If you have more mock drafts, please send them my way. I just realized I just messed up the camera, but whatever. But send more mock drafts my way and comment what you think is actually going to happen in the draft. I'd love to hear your comments below. So anyway, that's all I got for today. I'll try to keep this short, but that usually doesn't quite happen. But till next time, I will catch you guys come draft night. And from there, I'm going to attempt to get my reaction of the first pick live that night, and we'll just go from there. So, my plan is to have another episode later this week, post-draft 1, and then we'll have another episode after that, post-draft 2. So, alrighty, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Come draft night. Who that, baby?